The night of March 8, 2014, began like any other at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Passengers boarded Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, destined for Beijing. Among them were families returning from vacations, businessmen on trips, and people starting new chapters in their lives. The Boeing 777, a reliable workhorse of the skies, taxied to the runway. At 12:41 a.m. local time, MH370 lifted off, disappearing into the darkness. Little did anyone know that this seemingly ordinary flight would become one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time. The initial hours passed without incident. Air traffic controllers tracked the plane's progress as it climbed to its cruising altitude. Then, at 1:19 a.m., something strange happened. As MH370 approached Vietnamese airspace, the unthinkable occurred. The transponder, which transmits the plane's location, went silent. MH370 vanished from radar screens, leaving behind a chilling void and a cascade of unanswered questions. What happened to Flight 370? Where did it go? The world held its breath, waiting for answers that seemed impossible to find. The last communication from MH370 was as routine as its departure. At 1:19 a.m., Malaysian Air Traffic Control received a brief transmission from the cockpit. "Good night, Malaysian 370, the voice said, calm and professional. Those were the last words anyone heard from the plane. What followed was an eerie silence. MH370, carrying 239 souls, had disappeared without a trace. Immediately, alarm bells began to ring. Military radar continued to track the plane for a short time after it disappeared from civilian screens. This data showed that MH370 had deviated significantly from its planned flight path. Instead of continuing towards Beijing, it had turned sharply west, flying back over the Malay Peninsula. The plane's erratic movements and sudden disappearance defied easy explanation. Theories began to swirl, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. Was it a catastrophic mechanical failure, a sudden hijacking, or did something more sinister befall MH370? In the absence of concrete evidence, speculation ran rampant. Theories about MH370's fate captivated the world, each more intriguing and unsettling than the last. One of the initial lines of inquiry focused on the possibility of a hijacking. The deliberate deviation from the flight path suggested a planned act. However, no group claimed responsibility and no demands were ever made. Another theory centered on a catastrophic mechanical failure. A sudden decompression, an electrical fire, or a structural failure could potentially explain the sudden silence. However, modern aircraft are designed with multiple redundancies, making such a catastrophic event unlikely. Adding to the mystery was the discovery that the plane's communication systems appeared to have been deliberately switched off. This suggested a level of premeditation and technical knowledge that further fueled speculation. Had someone with intimate knowledge of the Boeing 777 seized control of the aircraft? The disappearance of MH370 triggered one of the most extensive and expensive search operations in aviation history. Countries from around the world, including Malaysia, China, Australia, and the United States, joined forces, pooling their resources and expertise. The initial search focused on the Gulf of Thailand, where the plane was last detected by radar. However, as days turned into weeks, the search area expanded dramatically, encompassing thousands of square miles of the Indian Ocean. Sophisticated sonar equipment scoured the seabed, hoping to detect the plane's wreckage. Underwater drones were deployed to capture images of the ocean floor. Despite these efforts, the search yielded few clues. Debris washed ashore on the coasts of Reunion Island and Mozambique, confirmed to be from MH370, provided the only tangible evidence of the plane's fate. Yet, the main wreckage remained elusive, hidden somewhere in the vastness of the ocean.